is Sound Off 60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show. Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
March Madness is almost over. And it's not that we want it to end, but we're coming to the pinnacle.
It'll be over by the time most people see
That's
this.
right.
Now, let me say this.
Right. When they see this, the game will, well, unless it goes into triple overtime.
Yeah.
We never know.
Yeah.
The way this tournament has gone, you never know. It's down to 2, gentlemen, Louisville and Michigan.
It's going to be a good one.
I know if you're doing some channel switching and you've got the game on or you're watching in our rebroadcast, I'm sticking with Louisville. But it'll be a fun game. It'll be a fun game.
All the way.
By the way, just a little quirky note. Did you catch that they also had the Division II Final Four National Championship yesterday in Atlanta?
Okay.
Now, it wasn't in the Georgia Dome. It was in Phillips Arena where the Hawks play.
Right. No, I didn't catch that.
About 2 or 3 minutes into the second half,
The lights went up.
the lights went out.
Oh, wow. I did not hear this story.
See, it can happen to anybody.
Anybody. Even in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Even
That
at the
was
Hawks
crazy.
place. All right,
That was
that's interesting. So it's Rick Pitino going for national championship number 2. Of course, everybody knows the history of Pitino.
Yeah.
He won it at Kentucky back in 95, 96 or whatever, and now
Yeah,
he can do it in
doesn't seem
Louisville.
like that long ago.
No,
I
it
know.
doesn't.
I know.
It doesn't.
The interesting
And then he
angle.
only, in my mind, he won more than one in Kentucky. you know?
Exactly.
It's funny that because I know it was one of our trivia questions, he would be. Right now, no coach has ever won at multiple schools.
Right.
He will be the first.
He will
And
be the
interesting.
He's the
it
first
is-
to take 3 to the Final Four.
Yeah. And it's interesting it will be centered in, he won at Kentucky. He could win it at Louisville. I mean, Louisville, Kentucky, that
Our
whole.
travels.
It's
gonna be interesting.
Our travels. That is kind of interesting. So anyway, it's Michigan and the whole, 20-year post of the Fab Five, and they're young guys. They're not the Fab Five, but they're in it. And
do you think for Chris Webber it's got to be kind of a bittersweet moment to maybe watch this game?
I just found out
Michigan
he
calls
lives
the
in
timeout.
Atlanta, and
Does he really?
he may not be at the game. The call out to Chris Webber is
And that
for the
didn't mean that to be
Michigan
harsh.
people.
But
I didn't mean
Michigan
to be
has won one since his blunder. They won it in '89. Was his
Did they,
blunder
Scooter?
after that?
No.
I'm not sure, Scooter. Did they? I don't know, Scooter.
Wow,
I don't
you're
know.
testing me now.
That could be a
I
trivia
don't
question
think
because
Michigan
I
has
don't
ever
know.
won.
Yeah, they won it in '89.
Did they?
Pre. That
that
would have
been
been
pre? When was the Fab Five?
That were the early 90s.
That was the
92,
early 90s,
93, something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, they won.
They won
yeah.
it in 89?
Yeah.
You sure? Michigan or Michigan State?
You might have stumped me on that one,
Okay,
Scooter.
I'll go with you on that. That
Was
should've
it
been-
the year that the coach quit and an interim coach
I
won
think
it?
you're right. That was
Yeah.
Steve Fisher.
Yeah, Steve Fisher.
And he coached the
Really?
Fab Five.
Yeah.
The guy left.
That's
I
when-
can't remember.
that's when-
You are right on that.
That's when he said a Michigan man will coach Michigan.
Really?
And the guy.
and
the guy
Les
took the job.
Miles was happy in his job, so they couldn't bring in Les Miles.
The other coach, big name coach, went to Arizona or Arizona State,
Yeah.
left them, and then
Arizona
Fisher
State.
takes over and wins
Yeah.
the national championship. You are correct.
As
on
an
that. Didn't know the
interim
year.
coach. He got the job, obviously.
Yeah,
full
he got
time.
the job. All right. So anyway, that's where we
Just
are
a
with the
little sidebar.
NCAA championship. I know when we watch this and you're going back and forth, the game is going on, and we're doing our tape production prior to tip-off. So we're kind of in a conundrum there. All right, let's talk about some big stories that broke after our show last week. Let me run it down for you, and they're all not good when it comes to college
Yeah, that's
athletics.
what we talk about.
The scandal that's brewing at Auburn University. We're going to get on that first, and then the Mike Rice situation at Rutgers. The basketball coach now fired and the athletic director also gone at Rutgers because of this scandal. And then the Ed Rush situation with the Pac-12 officials.
Yeah.
All this came down day after day. Really, in these cases,
That's a
not
lot.
so much the Auburn because it's just accusations now.
and that's what it is,
but
Rick.
this is a black eye for college athletics.
It
Let's
is.
start with Auburn. This centers around that time period in football where they won
Cam
the
Newton.
national championship.
Yeah.
Ironically, unless you know something differently through some media reports, Cam Newton's name is not mentioned
No, it's
in
not.
any of this.
Well, I don't.
How ironic
I don't
is that?
think. I don't think they could dig
If
up
the one
anything
person
more on Cam Newton.
Yeah. Scooter. You're right about that.
I don't know. I don't want to get. I don't want to get off on a tangent.
Before graduating, before leaving.
Well, I
Auburn,
think
my belief was always
the next
we
year.
still didn't know the full story of Cam Newton, and I really thought more would come out in 2 or 3 years, and it hasn't. Not yet.
I'm glad his dad has kept his mouth. I'm glad his dad has kind of stayed out of that.
They basically said the dad was selling him, but the dad didn't tell him. Remember?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Remember? I mean, it was.
Okay.
They also pointed out that will no longer be a defense.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go.
It was kind of that. You can't say the dog ate my homework anymore.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Now,
but
the allegations that Auburn now, Selena Roberts, who used to be a top-flight reporter for Sports Illustrated, among other publications, does mostly online work. Is that correct now?
She has, I think, as I understand it, I didn't know about it till this all broke. She started her own website.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure she has other people working for it.
Yeah, and she's a top-flight. She's a top-flight investigative reporter and also an author.
She's missed some too. She was all over that Duke lacrosse scandal, convicting those guys.
A lot of people.
She's done a lot of good work
rushed to judgment on that one.
She's a lot of good.
She's a former Auburn alum.
Yeah.
She's an Auburn alum for life.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm sorry. Now this involves changing of grades.
Well, they may drum her out.
Yeah, until they drum her out. Possible money payment to some players. Yeah. The heart of this appears to be accusations made by former players now under charges for some serious felony burglary and things of that nature. So how much credibility do they have? How much stock do you put into that? They're going on record.
Not a whole lot. I mean,
really?
Not only that,
really?
and they're kind of backtracking.
Okay.
Now, and by the way, the main one, his name's escaping me. Dyer? Was it Mike Dyer? No, I don't want to accuse anybody.
No, I don't want to say it.
But all this talk of he part of the story was, he's not accepting plea bargains because he's going to fight this armed robbery.
Right.
Accident. Today, he pleaded guilty. In court.
Yeah.
So what was that all about?
Kevin, just because they're charged, that doesn't mean, in my mind, that doesn't mean what they could be accusing Auburn of is not true. I take a different view on it.
I tend to view these things, and I'm a journalist, and I don't think journalists normally just make things up. Now, could she have got it wrong? Yeah. But I tell you what, Auburn is fighting this about as aggressively. The normal tact is a bunch of no comment at this point in something like this. And Auburn is fighting this about as aggressively with absolute denials and pointing out inaccuracies and things like that they better be innocent, because they're really going to look bad as hard as they're fighting all this
and
stuff.
And the coach is gone. How do you factor that with Gene Chizik is no longer there, can't be a part of the denials unless he denies it on his own?
Well, he has denied it on his own.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's something there. Yeah. She didn't make all this stuff up. Now, I guess and she is so far sticking by everything, even though Auburn, and I haven't read their detailed response. It may be just nitpicking at this and that. But Auburn is about as aggressively denying this as any, quote, scandal I can remember.
They better be on solid ground. Our final comment, I'm going to leave it up to you, Kevin Guidry. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Auburn being on the downside of football, basketball, and baseball. Now, let's just say, hypothetically, if this becomes to light more, it will further erode their recruiting efforts.
It has not been a good year.
No, it hasn't.
On the loveliest village on the planet.
No, ever since they won the national championship. Your comments on
that term, conduct detrimental. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to, Rick. And you know what? It's kind of hard to put denial on things that you really don't know that much about. And some of the people that were in place when a lot of this took place are no longer there.
Players are gone, coach is gone.
It's tough to point blame when you're going to say, well, who's going to stand in defense of it if there's nobody that's there to say, hey, look, this didn't happen, this happened. So it's kind of hard. Who's going to be the person that's going to step out and say, hey, these are the charges we're going to accept and these are the ones that we're going to deny? I mean,
well, there are people still there. The athletic director, for one.
But
as we found out in an unrelated case, ADs can get caught up in the
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Backlash.
And that's
And
another
the
story we're
school
going to talk about, too.
presidents. And the school
just,
presidents.
just in kind of putting the blame on something and being the head coach Chiswick at the time, it's kind of hard to revolve that story around other things when he was the person that involved mostly his players. So how do you defend that when...
Well, he's still alive.
Oh, he's still alive, but I'm saying for him to come, he has no ties with that university anymore, Scooter.
Well, his name, though. His name.
Yeah.
He's got...
He has no ties.
He has his name. I
has
assume
his
he
name.
wants
He
to
has
coach
his name.
again, so
Yeah.
he better get his
Yeah, I
name
agree.
All right,
cleared.
we'll take a short pause. We're going to leave that subject. When we
That's
come
a tough
back,
cookie right there.
it's Mike Rice, it's throwing a basketball,
And guys,
it's kicking players in the rear end,
We're all going to have different opinions on this. I know
homophobic
we are.
slurs.
I know we are.
This guy is completely out of control, in
know
my
we are.
opinion. We'll do Rutgers story and a whole lot more when we come back to Jack Daniels at LeBear's Casino. It's going to be fun, so stick around.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBear's Casino Resort.
So Todd, there's Truck Month, then there's Tarver Ford Truck Month. What happens here?
Well, at Tarver Ford, you got 2013 XLT V8, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive crew cab pickup trucks, $12,000 off MSRP. You also have 2012 model Lariat four-wheel drive diesels, King Ranch diesel at $12,000 off MSRP. And they all come with lifetime oil changes and lifetime state inspection stickers.
Todd, that's a lot of trucks.
Told you, at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business.
When it comes to Miller time, battles aren't just fought by the man in the ring. They're shared by the men in his corner. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Big Easy got the flavor, so easy to share. Always a crowd pleaser, easy to prepare. Big Easy, you always taste so good. You got Louisiana flavor, wrapped up so tight. Pick up some Big Easy foods tonight. Introducing Big Easy Foods in stores now.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at LeBear's Casino. Here at JD, Mondays is karaoke night. You got to come here. Everybody around the Southwest Louisiana region and, well, probably beyond, loves karaoke, okay? I'm not the biggest fan because I would never pick up a microphone.
Have you done it before,
No,
Rick?
I will never.
Scooter
No,
has.
Scooter
has done
well,
it
yeah, I
a number of
have.
times.
Much,
Scooter's done it.
much
I've
to
seen
the
Scooter in
regret of
action.
everybody in the building.
If
Yes,
you're
I have.
not
But
good-
I do enjoy
It wasn't
If
bad.
karaoke.
you're not
I do
good,
enjoy
don't pick up the mic.
watching karaoke.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No, believe me, he does.
I've had, well,
I've seen him in
I've
action
usually
before.
done it on a bet, I'll say that.
And after a few cocktails, maybe? Just a few? Just a few.
I've seen him in action before,
Karaoke at Jack Daniels Monday night.
Got
Of
to keep
course,
the throat lubricated.
lubrication, that's very important. Now, we're here on Monday. I don't know about NCAA championship night, but they might intermix some karaoke there. You're
Yeah.
going to have a lot of basketball going on with karaoke. But think about that when you're making your Monday night plans
Yeah.
at Jack Daniels. All right, let's get on the Mike Rice situation at Rutgers. Everybody by now has probably seen a snippet of the video, have read a report about this crazoid maniac. Look, throwing balls, and I understand there are hours and hours and hours of this man in action at practice. It's not just a clip here or there.
It's like
Apparently
I
that's
said in
his-
my
that's
column,
his
you
MO.
didn't want to play high school dodgeball with this guy.
I like
now.
that. Good line. Because he apparently you got a
he's got a
dodgeball.
Of course, in high school,
fanatic.
you can throw back. I doubt the Rutgers players
All right,
could.
it's just it's crazy the treatment of his players and the I want look it was abuse. I wasn't there. I'm looking at the video. I watched it over and over. It's just sheer abuse. The homophobic slurs, again, abuse. You just can't do that. Okay, and it goes beyond taking the taking the pad and just beating a guy, you know, on the
And
back
I
of
don't
the
doubt
head.
for
Come on.
a minute that this stuff used to happen at some point all the time.
Scooter, look.
It's
You don't think Bobby Knight?
2013. It's
I'm
2012.
getting there.
Look,
I'm
okay.
getting there.
Go
I'm
ahead.
coming into the new millennium. Don't
Yeah.
worry. I mean, you don't think Bobby Knight ever did something like that?
Just a little bit.
But you're talking about how mean he is. I'm saying there probably been a lot of coaches just as mean.
Oh, I got you on that.
But how can you be that stupid in the YouTube age?
Yes.
Yeah.
How can you be that stupid?
Yeah.
You're too dumb to coach a basketball.
You don't
paying a
have
guy-
to coach
but
that
he's
way.
paying a guy
You
to
don't
film
have-
practice.
Well, okay, we can
So
argue
there
that.
You don't have to coach
You're
that
right.
way. You don't have to coach that way, okay?
And Rick, I agree with you.
You don't have to
And
use homophobic slurs.
Some
You
coaches
just don't have to
different
coach that way.
effects on players than others. And I'm thinking this was a way that he felt that he could probably get the most out of his players by seeing a reaction from them. But the thing that bothered me is that he was the smallest guy on the court and being the most dominant.
Well, yeah,
You
but
had-
who's
wait,
going to
wait, wait,
hit
wait.
back?
No. But just the point, Scoot, that comes a point in time, we watch it on television. When you see these guys get talked to by the coaches or get pulled in the chest, they have a little bit discreetness about it when they do it, okay? Whether it's in practice or if it's in a game, he had no regard.
He went overboard.
He had no regard. And I'm just saying, it would have taken one guy to say, a 6'6" guy, a 6'7" guy say, hey, coach,
Back off.
no need for this.
But they're not going to do that.
Well, but
You can't.
but-
Hopefully, you're not blaming the victims here. Hopefully, you're not blaming players for not reacting.
I'm not, but I'm saying one player could have probably put a stop to
I
all
doubt
of
it.
this.
I disagree.
But
I doubt
I'm going
it.
to tell you why, Rick.
The
because
guy is
then-
a raging maniac. He
Yes,
has
he's-
an
but
anger
Rick,
control problem.
Rick, it would have called his card to where he would have had to check himself to say, whoa, that guy did that off of a reaction that I gave him, so it must have been pretty serious if he did this.
I don't-
So,
I-
but
no, I don't
some of the
agree.
things that I saw him
I'm
do.
with you, though. I don't, you know, forget the morality of it. I don't think you connect with kids that way.
No, you don't.
these
No,
days.
no, you
Maybe
don't.
30 years
No,
ago,
I can say
you
that
did.
you don't. But
But I can't imagine that was in any way productive.
No,
I have
I
seen
agree.
What he
coaches
did.
verbally degrade a kid, but physically, I mean, this was physical,
He's
guys.
throwing
This
balls
was
at their
physical.
heads.
You
At
know,
their
in
body.
your age,
Basketball.
30 years ago at LSU, I bet you saw similar stuff to that on the practice field. It's some, maybe not as a matter of course,
Right.
but you
verbally,
had
yeah.
Imagine,
Yeah.
you've talked about people
No,
grabbing your
serious.
face mask,
Seriously,
coaches.
yeah.
If they do that today, they out.
Yeah. And verbally, coaches would express themselves a little bit more than in a physical way back then when I was playing. You know,
Yeah.
because it was the norm. I mean, it was okay, pretty much to say that. But some of the things that this guy did that I was saying to myself, he's the smallest guy on the court, and it's like
he's got immunity.
Exactly. He's a head coach. He
He's the head
controls.
coach.
He controls the destiny and the future of those players. He
And you're right,
controls
Rick.
who plays,
And
who
you're right.
doesn't, who stays on
Napoleon wasn't very
scholarship.
big
No, he
either,
wasn't.
but
No,
not a lot of people
Yeah, I like
slapping
that.
him
Yeah.
around.
You're right.
Yeah, good. All right, take it a step further. Tom Frenetti, the AD.
The AD. Yeah.
Look at it, knew about it, saw the tape. I'm going to get to the president in a minute.
He did justice. He
Decides to go ahead and do a 3-game suspension, $50,000 fine.
I didn't
He
read it
also
close
is
enough.
let go because that was the wrong. That
said
was,
that was-
way
he
too
had
lenient.
said-
Yeah, way too.
Well, he
Way
had
too lenient.
seen,
And that came from the
I
parents.
mean, he had said. By the way, let's use the term "fired" correctly here. He was fired, but on the way out the door, they did give him $1.2 million.
Did they really?
2 years worth of
Yeah.
health care,
Sure.
and an iPad.
Yeah.
I love the end of it. And an iPad.
All right.
Unbelievable.
So,
I get
do we all agree that the AD had to go?
Yeah, he knew
Okay.
about it. He
He-
knew
he
about it.
looked at the
Coach,
tape.
he
knew
was.
about
It was the wrong
It
punishment.
went beyond. The buck stops here.
Right.
He
Yeah.
was in charge.
And the
Okay.
thing is,
He knew about it.
Yes.
And he
He gave him a
Basically-
chance to reform, and he didn't reform.
yeah.
Even if he was in the process of reforming.
He shouldn't have
You
been
think he
given that
gave him a
opportunity.
chance to reform, or he thought he could cover it up?
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on the cover-up. All right, let's take it to the third prong. Here's where I think we might differ. If a president of the university is involved in a decision and knows about it, I'm not comparing the Penn State and the Rutgers situation.
Right, because it's somewhat similar.
But they,
No, it's
no,
not.
no.
To a degree, people knowing what they knew
knowing what the supposedly now the president of Rutgers is claiming he never saw the tape until well after it came to light.
We only know that.
He heard about it.
We only know that.
He heard about him but didn't say it.
I'm not firmly implanted on the fence to say every time something happens, Auburn, Rutgers, Penn State, that a president has to be fired.
No, and I agree.
Okay?
Because I don't think
But if
sometimes-
they're in the
Well, we
mix,
don't- I mean-
but if they're in the mix,
If they're in the mix, you got to look at it. We don't
Yes.
know. I mean, maybe this president is the greatest president Rutgers ever had. Otherwise, maybe he's been in hot water. I
Yes.
mean, to me, you got to look at it like
I
that.
agree.
Yeah.
Body of work,
You know,
maybe
yeah.
some of the decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he knows about Mike Rice, if he saw the tape, or even if he was told about the abuse,
Yeah.
and didn't intercede and say, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Should he be looked in a negative light? Looked at more harshly?
No.
If he's addressed it?
Yes.
What you're saying? No. I say no. If he addressed it?
No.
Rick,
What if
knew
he
addressed it?
agreed with the 3-game suspension and a $50,000
No, I
fine?
say no. I say totally no. I say
He
he's at
needs to be
fault.
held
He's at fault.
accountable.
Yeah, he's
He
at
needs
fault
to be
for
held
that.
He
accountable.
needs to be held accountable, and I assume he had something to do with the AD's resignation.
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to assume that.
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
going to
he's the
give him the
president.
benefit of the doubt.
Who else
there.
would fire the AD?
Beyond that, I mean, I would say the president. That's, well, let's just for argument's sake say that's 1/8 the university is the athletic department.
Yes, yes.
If the other 7/8 he's done well, I don't think you automatically have to fire him.
Yeah.
There you go. You don't automatically have to.
He fired his supervisor
Yes.
from that department
Yes.
of the university.
Yes.
Right.
So, I mean, he's taken action.
Let me state again for the record, though, if a university president is entrenched in a situation or a decision,
involved.
and if
Yeah,
it's
I
wrong,
agree.
He's involved. He's got to go.
I don't
Rick.
care if it's athletic
He's
or not.
involved. He's got to go.
He's got to go. All right. Man, I don't
That's
want
clear.
to.
We agreed on that.
Man, it looks like we're doing a crime show. Coming up next, we want to talk
We're
about.
not
We're going to
done
get
yet.
to LSU baseball. A lot of good things happening over in Baton Rouge with LSU baseball. We'll talk McNeese baseball and a few other stuff. But when we come back, I want to talk about the Ed Rush situation in the Pac-12 with officials. I might have a different view of
You on
of
those
officials.
officials again, huh? Okay.
Have you been watching the NCAA tournament?
Yeah.
We'll get to do that and more when we come back to Jack Daniels. Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Beglis Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
When Miller time is on the line, friends don't choose sides. They root for the victory that they all get to share in together. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatment you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
So, Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake to Quincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Iowa. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us.
So, Todd, give me an example of what you got going on here.
Well, Joe, we got a $299 a month lease on the F-150 crew cab, and as always, complimentary lifetime oil changes. We've got a great group of people here working real hard to serve our customers.
So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels, Sound Off 60. A couple of programming reminders. Coming up next week, the chairs will be moving. We'll be hot with chairs here. Matt Viator, Cowboy head football coach. End of spring. Cowboy scrimmage, the last one, the official Cowboy night will be going on this weekend to officially end spring practice.
Big for the Cowboys.
We'll hopefully have Matt here to talk about wrapping up spring, what they got accomplished, and again, looking toward August drills.
Hey, key roles.
Football, 365, baby. It's just one season to the next season to the next. All right. Also,
football never
Cowgirls.
ends.
What's that?
Football never ends.
It never ends.
No, it
Cowgirls head softball coach Mike Smith. He has never been on the show.
No.
Second year. And he has rejuvenated Cowgirl softball. We know what girls softball is in this area. Big. Mike Smith has came over from California and really regenerated and re-energized this program, and there's a lot of good girls softball talent in this area, and they're going to be looking to the McNeese Cowgirls. So we'll have Mike Smith on the show as well. And Brett Cassio, a local orthopedic doctor, will join us and talk about the Foundation for Fair Play. It's a great organization, and Dr. Cassio is the ringleader of this. Basically, they do year-round fundraising to give, to really fund equipment or shortages thereof for schools in need.
Exactly.
Shoulder pads, helmets, baseball gear, anything that really to protect the young players.
And that's good. Just to be safe, man.
We'll do that next week as well, Dr. Brett Cassio. So we'll have some good information on that. Let's talk about this Pac-12 official scandal, if you will. It ended up costing the job. I know. Sound like I'm a barker all of a sudden. The short of it is, a well-respected former NBA, he was head of the NBA officials.
Officials.
He goes to be the head of officials for the basketball officials of the Pac-12. Okay, BCS, we're talking Pac-12 now.
Yeah.
Supposedly, no, not supposedly, this occurred. Goes into a meeting with his officials prior to their conference tournament this year. Says, okay, anybody who can tee up Arizona coach Sean Miller or kick him out of the game, you got $5,000 and a trip to Cancun. Reports are he admitted that he said it twice. But after the news broke, after the backlash and all the controversy, I said it, I was just kidding. I said it in jest.
Well, I don't doubt he was just kidding.
Oh, I doubt it. Come on.
I don't doubt he was just kidding, but you bring up a good point. It doesn't matter. I don't think the Saints were seriously that they wanted to break Brett Favre's legs. It was just just macho being funny. But it didn't matter in the end.
No, it didn't. And what made it worse, the media. Yeah. Okay, and look, we're part of the media. Attached the word bounty to it. Okay. Bounty against Arizona coach Sean Miller. He was the only one that Ed Rush mentioned. Does he have a beef against Sean Miller? I don't know.
I mean, I can see that being funny. What? And that if I assume Sean Miller's one that is a headache for all of them. So he says, all right, whoever can tee up
the man's never been teed all year.
But the thing, Rick,
Sean Miller.
How can you But how can you attach the word? Maybe I'm looking at it differently. How can you attach the word bounty to saying you're going to tee up a guy? Come on now.
I got you. But yeah, that's a stretch. But again, that's what was attached. Look. Something like this does indeed, and the commissioner of the Pac-12 came out and had to.
He had to do that.
He had to. They worry about integrity. Basketball officials can turn a game.
They can't. No, there's no
one
doubt.
Call.
There's no
Arizona lost because of this tee. It played a role in it. Okay, it played a role. I didn't say they lost. It played a role.
It played a role
because they lost by one. Okay, and they got a tee. So let's take this a step further. Ed Rush ended up resigning.
Yeah.
He ended up saying, okay, I got to resign. So, again, one thing after another this past week, but let's look at it the step further when it comes to officials. Why should officials on any level, except T-ball and Little League, why should officials be protected in a way that we can't criticize?
Because coaches. Because you will be fined.
I say back off on that.
Because you will be fined.
Why does the NFL? Why does major college a
they
coach?
Will fine
why can't Les Miles say that was a bad call? And I'm gonna.
As a media guy, I would love it if they could.
I would too.
But do you think it takes away the integrity of what those guys do?
No, it doesn't take away the integrity.
Integrate them in that form, Scooter.
But I will say this: if I wasn't, let's say I was head of a conference, if I'm Mike Slive with the SEC,
Okay.
I don't know I'd be so quick to take that off of them. I mean, I know where they're coming from. Number one, no matter how bad the call was, if a coach is ranting and raving about a call, he comes off looking petty.
You're right.
And no matter how bad the call was.
To a degree.
I mean, you have to accept the fact that it's going to happen. I have never, you know, these officials are out to get LSU. They're not out to get it. The officials want to get it right. They're going to miss things. They're going to miss things. Yeah, but sure, in my job, I'd love it if coaches could sing all night about officials. And I think maybe they could let them go a little farther than they do, a little further than they do. But to declare oversight, I remember it's come up before. And there are remedies. I mean, when there is a seriously bad call or maybe
a trend of bad calls. They get graded.
No, not trend of bad calls. One call in particular explained. There are, when you go to a big event, the SEC tournament, NCAA tournament, there is a pool reporter assigned for each game. I've been the pool reporter. When I was nothing ever came up. But where they will take one, and there was a hue and cry for a while that, you know, let's say one of those NCAA tournament regionals, you've been to them, where the media room is every bit as big as Jack Daniels with a big podium up there at the front. I've heard them talk about, well, bring the officials in for a press conference. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I'd love it. Being in the media, being one that would be in that press conference, it'd be great. Talking about a story would write itself. But I'm not sure the game would be served by that.
Kevin, you had to play in games at LSU and on the pro level, and you had to give a cross-eyed look to a referee in a call.
And that's about all you better do.
I know.
That's about all you better do.
Because of retribution.
Exactly, Rick. Because you know what, Rick?
He could be quick to flag pass interference.
And people wonder why after a game these guys are carted off by security. You have fans that...
There are some nutcases out there. There are a lot of nutcases. What I'm saying is, we got to get to a point where there has to be some discussion
and these guys love
of
the game
referees.
Too.
I know, and I agree with Scooter. They want to get it right.
And
this is tough calls. Tough calls. Watch a game. Fans, watch a game from the sideline and how fast it is.
You got to make it like that.
It is. Football and basketball, it's very fast and it's very difficult.
And you've got a lot of guys that get it right, though. I have to say that.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I just wanted to bring up maybe it's time.
I'm sure.
Maybe it's time.
As a media guy, it's an easy story. I'm not sure how the game would be served. Well, let's go back to the NFL and the replacement, the famous call of the replacement officials. Would that have been a circus?
Would it have been?
Would it have been? Good example. We'll up against the clock. We'll take a short break.
Especially with the Seattle game.
Guys, I think we might be eating pretty good tonight.
You think so?
Big Easy Shrimp is here. Big Easy Foods. They have the grilled shrimp and the shrimp cocktail. We want to show you in person, vis-a-vis through our color cameras, of course.
Yes.
You got that to look forward to. We'll be eating. You won't. I'm
I can't wait.
cruel,
I'm
isn't
ready.
it?
I'm ready.
Coming up next, LSU and McNeese baseball.
I'm ready.
All right, Tigers and Cowboys. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Stay ready.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels, where it's Jack Goes Country starting Friday, April 12th. Jimmy Kaiser, $10 tickets on sale now.
Yeah.
Country music on the big stage here at Jack Daniels. And the following week will be Johnny Gates and the Invite.
Johnny Gates in the invite.
Johnny Gates in the Invite. So the big thing to keep in mind is Jack Daniels goes country, and it'll be country music Friday nights, every Friday night here at Jack Daniels. So if you like country music and you like doing the two-step and swinging with your lovely lady, have some fun out here because it's going to be country night.
Another month or two, guys, is going to be Party by the Pool.
Getting close, right?
It is. Yes, I can't
We'll
wait.
have all that information about the
wait.
upcoming bands at Party by the Pool very, very soon. All right, LSU baseball. Put this in perspective, Mr. Hobbs. 30-2 is the start.
That's strong. I mean, that's insane.
This is the best ever.
You got to lose more than 2 games by accident, whether you deserve to or not. I mean, that's a good baseball team, though. I've just continue to be. It's a great baseball. It is just.
Is it Omaha
It is
great?
so good.
Right
well,
now.
yeah. I mean, their bats could go cold at the wrong time.
Right.
I'm not saying that. There's no guarantee.
Yeah.
There have been some really, really good LSU teams that didn't make it to Omaha. So, I mean, there's no guarantee. But, I mean, there's no reason this team doesn't go to Omaha because you have to really nitpick to find holes. I tell you the thing that keeps jumping out at me is how good defensively they are without ever making any errors. I'm going to write about this later in the week.
No errors against Kentucky on the 3-game series?
No.
None?
No.
Were they close to one?
Let me ask this, Scooter.
Well, there wasn't any one that you say, well, you could have called that an error. No. But to me, fielding percentage can be the most misleading statistic in sport because a lot of very mediocre defensive teams don't have many errors because they only catch what's hit right at them.
Right.
This team is throwing off its head and making diving stops in the hole. And the center fielder, Laird, the other night, I've never seen what happened Friday night.
Yeah.
The right fielder loses the ball in not really the lights, it was right at dusk. And he's over there, and if anything, he's toward the right field line from the normal right field spot. The center fielder runner runs all the way from center field and makes the catch in almost to the right field line. I mean, it wouldn't have been an error if he hadn't caught it.
Let me ask this, Scooter. You probably watch more baseball.
Their pitching is good. I mean, there's a few things. They're not getting much out of the DH position. I mean, I'm really nitpicking.
Yeah, you're kind of going down deep on the list.
They're not getting a whole lot out of the DH position. This weekend, at least, they solved the little problem with a reliable leadoff guy. Maybe that number 3 starter, he's had 2 good outings, 2 shaky ones. But, I mean, if you're looking at the college baseball team, I mean,
What's your insight, Mr. Guidry?
Scooter, watch as much baseball as you watch with the Tigers and stuff. How much of a percentage would you give it on Coach Paul Manieris coming into a great coach at LSU versus the talent that he's putting on the field each week? How big a factor would you weigh that versus him as a coach versus the talent that he's got?
Well, I mean, everything about him he's responsible for. I mean, is it just talent? Well, yeah, they got a lot of talent, but he put that talent together. But the thing that Mainieri does, and I think really more so than Skip Bertman ever did, Mainieri is not afraid to tinker with something even when it's not broken. He is always looking for some way to get a little more of an edge. That's what he's done with this leadoff position, and it looks like it's paying off. He thinks he needs 1 or 2 more arms. I wrote about it for tomorrow. This is going to be a big week. They get Kurt McCune back, who was really good 2 years ago, not so good last year.
Let me interrupt you. I wrote a column about star power and stars and having stars on any program to elevate that program.
Right.
In the past, I can't come up with names.
And you're right, Rick. I know what you're getting ready to say.
Football players have been interjected in that LSU baseball program. The names, you know them, the McDonald's, all
Todd
of them.
Walkers.
Do they have that this year, or is it just a
I think they got a good
collection?
chance. Right now, if you did it at mid-season, Mason Katz might be the player of the year nationally.
Okay.
Alex Bregman is right now would be a lot to be freshman of the year.
Okay.
Really?
I mean,
there you go.
I mean,
but they're not household names yet, are
No,
they?
they're not.
Well,
not
I
yet.
think cats. Well, within Louisiana, I mean, college baseball outside of Louisiana isn't nearly as big.
No, I understand that.
So I don't know about nationwide. Are you
that.
going to call these household names?
Some of them were, though, Scooter.
But
Come on, you know the history. Some of them were.
No, some of them were.
National.
You're right about that.
Well, not really so
You know
much
those
out of
guys.
it. College baseball's bigger in Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, yeah, they've got some star power. They're pitching. I mean, they're Eads may end up being a #1 draft pick, no, a first-round draft pick. Nola, the #1 pitcher, will probably be one next year. So I mean, yeah, I mean, that's some star power there.
Okay, all right.
It's
Pretty
so hard, you know, and I think back, people ask me, well, is this team as good as the ones Bertman had? Well, it's so hard to compare them because they're not using the same bats.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
30 and 2, though. Come on.
Yeah,
30 and 2.
30 and 2, though.
Against
I mean, that's
top-flight
insane.
competition. All
That
right.
is insane.
Yeah. All right.
It really is.
Let's
It's
shift
just
gears to the Mountain East Cowboys. We had Terry Burrows on last week. On a roll, on a roll. Well, look, we knew it was going to get tougher. Sam Houston
Yeah, we
is very
jinxed
good.
him, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll never get him back on.
Probably not. 0-3 over the weekend against the
Had a rough
Bearcats
weekend.
at Sam Houston. 5-2, 6-2, 12-2, something to that effect. They slipped to 17 and 13, 5 and 4 in the conference. Look, it was going to get tougher because there's good team. We talked about the level of competition and play in the Southland. It's a good, solid baseball mid-major.
Yeah,
it is.
So they're going to run into, but losing 3 though. I mean, look, if you're
That's
going
tough,
to, you got to get 1 out of 3.
At least.
You got to get 1 out of 3.
You
Losing
can afford
3,
to get
that's tough.
swept once on the road. I mean, they can come back from that.
I'm not saying
they
they
need
can't.
to sweep somebody at home, which they've already done.
Yes, yes.
But you know, you can overcome. It's not the end of the world to get swept on the road.
It isn't, but again, a team looking for an identity and momentum, it would have been nice to have one.
You have to find
it would
some
nice to have
consistency.
one.
Well, I agree.
You know,
But I mean,
and
their
hopefully they
season
will.
isn't over.
Oh, so
I mean,
it's still
Kentucky's season isn't over. They just got
Yeah.
swept at LSU.
There you go. There you
I
go.
mean, they were a good team coming in. They can be a good team down the road.
Yeah. Again, the web and flow of the year. It just so happens we had Terry Burrows, and it was all smiles. You're right. He may not come back.
That happens.
I don't know. Is it the sound?
No, we'll
sound
get
off,
him back.
is it sound
No,
off
we'll
60
get him back.
jinx? We got to go on the record
we'll
books.
get him back.
Well, and that's you know, at
We've
some
had Terry
point,
on before.
LSU's going to lose a series somewhere, or even maybe even get swept. You never know.
Who's
Who's
there?
Well, they're
In the conference. Who can give them a run?
Well, they don't play Vanderbilt. They're tied with Vanderbilt right now at 11.
Vanderbilt does play good baseball. Okay.
Vanderbilt has played
won't
good
comment on
baseball
that.
for
I
a
know
while.
you are. All right, we're up against the
I
clock.
don't think
Hang
they were
on to
any good when
that.
I
We'll
was
leave
there.
it there. All right. When we come back, a little bit of food.
Yeah. That I can't wait
Sports,
for.
Jack Daniels, Sound Off 60, and food. It all
Right
goes
here.
together. We'll do
Works
that
perfect.
and the Masters coming up next. We'll be right back.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
So Todd, there's Truck Month, then there's Tarver Ford Truck Month. What happens here?
Well, at Tarver Ford, you got 2013 XLT V8, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive crew cab pickup trucks, $12,000 off MSRP. You also have 2012 model Lariat four-wheel drive diesels, King Ranch diesel at $12,000 off MSRP. And they all come with lifetime oil changes and lifetime state inspection stickers.
Todd, that's a lot of trucks.
Told you, at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own? For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
Welcome back to the show. We're at Jack Daniels at LaBerge Casino. We want to talk a little bit about, maybe a little bit more than just a little bit. You can see it here. Big Easy Shrimp. It's wild caught Gulf shrimp. We've been talking about this for about 3 or 4 weeks. We finally have it live and in person. shrimp cocktail along with the shrimp kebabs, if you will, fresh off the grill. This stuff, guys, the biggest bag is the 20 per pound, which is 20 large shrimp for a pound.
20 count.
20 count.
Yeah.
And you can get those at Sam's here in Lake Charles. That's the only place you can get it, so you got to go to Sam's Club. But Market Basket in Southwest Louisiana has a full assortment of the wild Gulf shrimp caught by Big Easy Foods.
Are nice,
also
Rick.
Kroger, Albertsons. Look in your favorite retailer grocery and look for Big Easy wild caught Gulf shrimp. I mean, look at the size of these things.
Those are nice.
That's a nice cocktail.
Those are big shrimp.
And then don't forget about the Big Easy.
You know, speaking of that, I use that. You know what that's good on? This I'm
pretty much
talking
everything.
about.
But go ahead.
Well, yeah, but the only thing I know how to cook is eggs. Okay, that's good on eggs.
On eggs, that's it, Rick. It's only say you can cook his
You
eggs.
live off eggs?
Well, I mean, what's the only thing I can cook? I eat out a lot.
You can
toast. You got
probably
toast.
be good on toast, but that is really good on eggs.
Something. No, I'm going to tell you now. Don't put Big Easy seasoning on toast. Don't do that.
Well, I wasn't going to tell them no.
All right, guys, dig in. I mean,
those are good.
I won't be shocked.
I mean,
these are freshly boiled to come on our show.
That's good.
Excellent. They also tell us, I'm talking with my mouth full. Terrible.
That is good.
An interesting thing that I just learned about is easy peel.
They are.
So look for, it's not available at Big Easy Shrimp, again, Gulf shrimp, processed in Dulac. That's kind of the area where I grew up.
So some of these come pre-peeled, Rick? Or they come pre-peeled?
Some of them you can look for ones that are peeled. The bigger ones are headless.
Yes.
With the shell, and you have to boil it and then peel it. And leave the tail on, of course. But some of them, they're called easy peel. So there's like a cut in the shell.
Right.
So when you take it out and you're cooking it, it's just snap, and there you got it. So it's like pre-cut. Think about like eating like crawfish. Have you had a crawfish that was pre-cut and easy to peel?
But that's pretty easy though. I mean, if it's already pre-cut for you.
Great stuff. Great stuff. This is very good.
It's
very good. So anyway, we wanted to talk a little bit more because we've been giving you little snippets about the Gulf shrimp, and I'm sure the guys are giving you close-up shots. And you can, of course, the medium-sized shrimp you can use for kebabs. Throw it on the grill, and then they then they tell us they got the larger bag with like 150, great for gumbos. Yeah. Smaller, throw them in a gumbo real fast. You get a whole bunch of little shrimp in there, and there you have it. This is good stuff. Okay, take it away, Scooter. Huh? Take it away. I'm eating.
Okay, well let me just to get back real quick. I didn't have time to finish my thought.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, and this could change. But what I want to see is, I mean, LSU's going to lose a series or something. Yes. I want to see how they react to that. I mean, when you're 30-2, you hadn't had much go wrong.
That's right.
I want to see how they were, because a team is going to have a lull. Right. If the baseball season's just too long.
Yes.
And the bad thing, I mean, right now, if you looked at it, just 4 weeks in, LSU has a 3-game lead in the West. Vanderbilt is also 11-1. Mm-hmm. So it looks like LSU and Vanderbilt are head and shoulders above the rest of the SEC.
Right. Wait, repeat that. Repeat that.
Vanderbilt.
That may be the only
the Commodores.
That may be the only time Scooter says that.
Vanderbilt has been good in baseball for about at least 6-7 years.
It wasn't good when I was there, though.
But they don't play each other.
Huh.
With 14 teams in the bloated SEC now.
Yeah.
They're not, can you imagine if LSU and Vanderbilt could play each other?
Yeah. What a series that would be.
You won't see it till the SEC tournament.
What a series that will be. All right, let's move on to the Masters, guys. We're finished with most of the Texas swing of golf. The Houston Shell Open and, of course, the Valero Open in San Antonio, won by Martin Laird over the weekend. My gosh, what a round he put in. Like 9 under, all right? The Masters, one of my favorite all-time sporting events. One of these days, I'll go there.
Me too.
One
it's
of these
on my
days.
Bucket list.
It is on my bucket list.
We all want to go.
Tiger Woods has how many? 4 wins?
4, I think.
4 wins this year. You got Rory McIlroy.
Well, I had a chance to see him in Houston.
Did you see Rory McIlroy?
I
missed
him. And I was telling Scooter, I thought he was a much bigger statue type guy, but he's a little small.
But he's pretty tall.
Saw him in person. Didn't seem that big.
And look, it's going to be a fun Masters.
He's not playing cornerback.
But there were some guys there.
Oh, I know. That's golfers.
You know who's bigger than what you think?
The guy he played with was 6'6".
Some guys, like Ernie Ellis is a big man.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Dustin Johnson He's slender, but he's a big guy.
6'3", I think.
The British guy, Lee Westwood, he's tight end size.
Is he really?
He's tight end size.
No, they had a few top guys out there that was pretty
We're
nice
going to
size,
continue
really.
our Masters because, look, something tells me, stump the wise guys, it's going to be Masters. Come on, it's Masters. It's coming up next. The beauties from LeBears are coming up next.
Run away with that then.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford, Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBears Casino Resort.
So Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake, DeQuincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Iowa. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us.
So Todd, give me an example of what you got going on here.
Well, Joe, we got a $299 a month lease on the F-150 crew cab, and as always, complimentary lifetime oil changes. We've got a great group of people here working real hard to serve our customers.
So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
Miller Time. You won't find it on any clock or specific time zone. Miller Time isn't so much about when as it is about who. It's about the friends you go to bat for, the ones who'll be there when they say they will. Even if being there means crossing state lines with no questions asked. Because guys that leave nobody behind deserve a beer that leaves no taste behind. And with great friends and a great tasting light beer, it's not just a good time, it's Miller Time.
All right, welcome back to the show here at Jack Daniels. It's time for the beauties of LeBears, trying to stump the wise guys.
Yes.
It's Masters Week. Something tells me it'll be golf related.
Yes.
We got lovely Haley back with us. Christy is with us as well. Ladies, I got a comment. I love the.
I was looking at that, Rick. That's nice.
The farm girl. The farm girl thing.
Jack Goes Country this time.
Yeah. That's right.
I like
We're
it.
talking
I like
about Jack Daniels Goes Country on Friday, but you're doing it a week early.
Yeah.
I like the hat. I like everything
Looks
about
good.
it. Like it. Okay.
The old farmer's daughter.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I just said yeehaw.
No, they really look nice
what was
already.
that show a long time ago? These girls were much too...
Hee-haw.
Hee-haw. That's it. Hee-haw.
Hee-haw.
We're dating ourselves again. Hee-haw. All right, let's go. Who's up next?
Here we go. Who's first?
All right. Don't you cheat.
I'm not.
He's
Okay.
bad. You got to watch
Who
him.
has won the most Masters championships?
Jack Nicklaus.
Jack.
How many did he
Give it
win?
a whirl.
6. 6.
Correct.
Excellent.
You
Mr.
knew
Guidry.
that.
I knew
Excellent.
that. I didn't look either. I knew that.
What is that? You knew it or you guessed?
I knew it. I knew it.
Robin,
I knew
go.
it. I
All
knew
right,
it.
who's
6.
it? Christy or staying with Haley?
Still me. Okay, who was the first non-American to win the Masters?
Wait. We argued about this guy, Rick. You and I argued about it's. God dog it. We argued about this guy. Scooter, you know
It's
it.
got to be years ago.
I'm telling you.
Come on, we cannot be...
We argued about this guy.
all right, think of
I can't pronounce
Gary
his name.
Player?
Gary Player or a British
Yeah,
guy.
there
We'll
had
go
to be
with, I think it's
somebody
Gary.
before
I think it's
Gary
Gary
Player,
Player.
though.
I think it's Gary Player. I think
I don't know.
Let me think just a minute.
the first one ever.
Is that your answer?
It started in the mid-30s, 36.
We argued about this
something.
guy. I remember.
I think it's Gary Player.
And they
First.
weren't. Maybe he was the first.
We're going to go
Probably
with Gary.
not, but we'll
Gary
go with
Player.
Gary Player.
Correct.
Oh!
Right, Ricky,
Hey, so it went a
yes.
long time.
Long time.
1961.
Like almost
Long time.
30 years.
Okay.
All right, who were the two course designers of Augusta National Golf Course?
McKenzie. I forget
Bobby
it.
Jones.
Alistair McKenzie.
There you go,
And then
Stu.
Bobby Jones,
Jones.
helped with it.
Bobby
Correct.
Jones. Bobby Jones.
Alistair McKenzie also designed Pebble Beach.
Did he really?
Bobby Jones. We're on the road tonight. We're on a
Newspaper
They
boy.
said-
There we go.
Well, Bobby Jones saw Pebble Beach, and he wanted. He said, "I want that architect."
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Christy, you got the last two, I believe.
I do. Name the 3 left-handed golfers to ever win the Masters.
Mickelson,
My man, Mike Weir from
Mike
Canada.
Weir, and the other one's obvious. Oh, Bubba Watson.
Bubba Watson last year.
So good.
Kevin,
so
jump
good.
in here, man.
I
Come
played
on,
my
man.
point. I got the first one, guys.
He only knows Dale
I got the
Earnhardt.
first one.
That's all he's got. Dale Earnhardt. That's all he's got.
Dale
wasn't
Earnhardt makes
left-handed.
play
No, he
All
wasn't.
Who
He
we got?
turns
Christy.
left.
He does. He does.
He turns left.
He does.
Right.
Here we go.
Bonus round.
Bonus round.
Phrase association of the Masters. I say the phrase linked to the Masters, and you name the player.
Ooh, this is different.
Double eagle. Shot heard round the world.
Gene Sarazen.
Good.
Right, Scooter.
Masters meltdown. Masters choke.
Oh,
Greg Norman.
Greg Norman.
yes. I knew that. I knew that one. I couldn't say his name. I knew that one. Yo,
I don't know if I ever
Yeah.
got them
I
all
think was
right
it.
by
No, I
myself.
think we were warned there were more.
That's all.
Oh, there are.
Oh,
that was
so
okay.
changing us.
Here we go. Here we go.
I told my,
You
all
must
right.
say- Did you look at this?
No, but I
No.
said there were
I
more.
think I am starting to
No,
get
I
suspicious.
was told there was a lot.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
Collard greens and fried chicken.
Oh, that's what his name. The guy that Tiger
Fuzzy
Woods and him,
Zoller.
Tiger Woods and him got into a little bit of a feud.
Yeah.
Miracle playoff hole pitch to beat Norman.
Oh, Larry.
From Augusta.
Come on, Scooter.
Yeah, he's from
Augusta.
Augusta, and I'll know it as soon as
Come
you
on,
say
Scooter.
it. Larry. It is
Stewart.
Larry.
Larry Stewart.
No. I play with Larry Stewart.
Mize.
Larry Mize.
Larry Mize.
Yeah.
Correct.
Very good.
Yeah,
Rick. Very
yeah.
good.
What a stupid am I?
Oh, Roberto Di Vincenzo.
Wow. Boy, you
He's
pulled
the
that.
guy that signed the wrong scorecard.
Yeah.
They don't cut the greens here at Augusta. They use bikini wax.
McCord.
McCord, yeah.
McCord,
Gary
he's
McCord.
banned for that, for the statement.
All right.
What was the
Now-
quote again? What was
He
I hadn't
should
heard
be.
it in a while. What did he say again?
They
Said
don't.
they don't cut the greens here at Augusta.
They use bikini wax. Yeah.
They're so fast and smooth. All right, ladies, we appreciate it.
Thanks,
Haley and
ladies.
Christy.
I'm feeling pretty
Love
good.
the
New
hat.
outfits
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you, ladies.
We smoked
Thank
them
you.
tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
you
that's
did.
Roberto Di Vincenzo.
Scooter knew
Di
it.
Vincenzo. And who ended up winning because of that? I even know that. You know who that?
Unbelievable.
Bob Goldby.
Scooter, you was
We're
on the
talking
road
about,
tonight, man.
that would be the 60s, maybe 50s.
I think it was.
You was on the
No,
road.
it was late, like I think 68 or 9, maybe 7.
The scorecard thing, you know, a player has
That's
to keep
crazy.
the opposing
The
players,
opposing player's score.
you know,
Yeah.
to keep it right, and he
He's-
wrote down the wrong one. All right, so we got Masters Week. We talk. Tiger Woods is hot. Rory
is hot.
McIlroy, not hot.
No, he's not.
Nicholson,
Well, I
strong.
don't know. McIlroy played good this
Yeah, he
week
did,
in
but I'm
San
saying
Antonio.
he's just with the new
To
equipment.
be the
and that
number
whole
2
thing.
player, you've got to play a little bit better than that, though, Scooter. I mean, at Houston, he was just not even close.
And
Did you see him in San Antonio?
No.
See, Kevin saw him play one
Well,
time,
yeah, that
so
was
that's
like-
all that matters.
No, no, I mean, I've
the way
seen
he
him.
played that day.
Houston was like, God, did he even show up, Scooter? I think he was 2
Supposedly-
under, Scooter. He was 2 under.
He finished second in San Antonio.
Okay.
Supposedly 7,500 yards, which is right now Augusta averages. It's supposedly
Is it
made
that
for.
long?
Yeah. I saw it on. It surprised me. Dustin Johnson is supposedly made for if he can only putt.
Yeah.
There's certain players, you know, that
It's-
the
that course
length,
is-
and
that
you
course
should be
is
ready
made for.
I think it's going to be a great
Tiger's gonna have a
tournament.
great
I hope
day.
the weather's good. I hope the weather's good. If the
think it's
weather's
gonna be
good, it can level everything out, and we're going to have a great Masters
Should be
coming
nice,
up this
Rick.
week. All right, that's
Looking
going to wrap it
forward
up.
to
Great show, guys.
Yes,
Again,
as
next
always.
week, Matt Viator, Mike Smith, Dr. Brett Cassio. A lot
Yes.
going on next week. So have a great sports
Hopefully
week,
some
everybody.
more shrimp.
What's it?
Should be. We have.
Kebab.
We're not done yet.
Kebabs. we're almost out of shrimp. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.